Hey guys, it is Jacob once again with a pretty much something different. As you can see, it is a battle scene, and I have some of my custom builds and some of my troops involved in the conflict. This is pretty much my very first kind of base build, and due to my limit of Lego pieces and all that, the only kind of real base I have is this simple wall. That's pretty much it. But the enemy has entered in. The Separatists are advancing with their heavy units first, and then planning to reinforce with some more battle droids. I had a tough time picking what kind of planet would actually fit the description, especially with my Lego pieces and all that. And I have decided that the planet that would best fit the description would be the planet of Krant. Now, not very many of you may be familiar with that, but I guess I'll enlighten you on what that planet is. It is a planet that was minorly involved in the Clone War, and it was like literally very minor. Like it only lasted like in the first couple months, and then it was done. And it was not really a major battle. And plus, now it's in Star Wars Legends, but I really liked the story. And if some of you are trying to remember it, it's actually involved in the Star Wars Galactic Battleground games. I've always enjoyed that one. It was always fun to play that game, and plus I love it that you're able to create your own custom maps and create your own storylines, which it created a lot of freedom in that. But I can discuss that game some other time. Right now I'll just discuss my base on the planet of Krant. Now I made it as, ever since this is all Star Wars Legends material, I decided to have my personal clone army that I'm in charge of. And we have staged a base on the planet of Krant, but we did not really expect Separatist forces to come ever since it was so minor to begin with. So we were caught off guard, and the Separatists came in, and they sent in their supers and destroyer droids first, so that, again, that way they would be able to buy some time for the droid carrier to drop off the droids and then deploy. And the commander droid is giving instructions on how far back they can go, and saying that it's all good for the droids to be deployed. This dwarf spider droid is protecting it, so that way if their forces fail, they still have a little bit of more time to give the droids a chance to deploy. And they also are sending in stabs to engage, and ever since they can hover above little swamp area, like the water area, since they can't really send their droids over, it would just make it more difficult. They would just send the stabs over to fly over, hover over, and then attack my forces. However, one of my clone Marines, this is what I've kind of classified these guys as. Like, my military is mostly in the green color, but this one's kind of like an aqua greenish blue. And so he kind of symbolizes that he's one of the elite units of more military training. But of course he's not as skilled as my commandos. And of course, since I've made my commandos in the past videos, I've never really had them in a battle scene before. I thought I might as well add them in there, so it'd be kind of cool. I got my custom ATRT here. Then of course myself, what I would dress up in with be pretty much just a regular kind of like a green ARC trooper, pretty much. That's pretty much the basic, because the original design was great as it was. As you can see over here is my demolitions commando, and he already blew up a destroyer droid and partially damaged another one nearby. So already effective in that field. And this clone here, you've probably seen him before in one of my past videos. That is my clone captain. He is second in command. And he has the custom Z6 rotary cannon. And he's he never likes to enter into the battlefield without it. So that's pretty much his go-to weapon. So if he's going to be taking down droids, he wants to take them out by multiple droids, so instead of just one at a time. Yeah, this is a very simple build. Let me try to zoom out for you guys so you can get the whole thing. I wanted to make this a little bigger, but unfortunately I didn't have any more flat pieces, and plus I am so low on Lego bricks. I've used a majority of them on many of my big sets, like for instance my Republic gunship build, ATTE, fighter tank, and the like. So it just yeah, things happen that way, but I'm just I'm alright with this simple build that I have here. Trying to give you different angles. Mostly from their perspective. And it's actually, this is an old droid carrier that was sold when the Phantom Menace came out. So kind of wanted to bring in something that was old and bring it in there. So kind of like the small marsh area with certain plants that are able to grow near the water with the great nutrition and everything. Then for fun over here, ever since I mentioned that game earlier of Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, they would have these bushes, Fruja, I think it's F-U-J-I, I think, Fruji, maybe Fruji, I think that's how it is. All I know is that it's like a berry kind of bush, and in the game you can use it to gain some food resources. And I don't really know much more about it at that point, but I thought I'd add that in there because it was just kind of a little fun display. Ever since those bushes were used in that game, and it was found on the planet of Krant, might as well use it. I also wanted to do a different planet that was not really common, because a lot of people are going to be doing like, oh, the Battle of Kashyyyk, the Battle of Felucia, the Battle of Yavin, and so on and so forth. And I'm like, well, that's great, but what about all the other planets in the galaxy? I mean, it didn't happen just on the main ones that we were familiar with. I mean, it happened in a lot of places. So, anyway, that's pretty much what I have about this video. If you guys liked it, give it a big thumbs up. It's nothing too fancy. I just try to be as detailed as I possibly can to make it unique and special. And anyway, I hope this inspires you to get some ideas for yourselves on some really cool builds on what you can do. And I encourage you guys to make your own battlefields, and so you can surprise yourself on how well it can turn out. I was actually surprised that it turned out as good as it has, so I'm very happy with this. So anyways, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time.